story time on how I got my pet bunny. So basically my cute little loaf used to live at a farm, and I go to camps there. I go to one camp then. That finishes at noon, and then I go to the other camp. Usually the second camp we do hikes and water play. But usually nothing with animals. But in the first one we usually see animals, including bunnies. My favorite animal are obviously the buns. So I would always ask to go there and they would deliver. Not literally deliver. So the first camp I went to had a few kids. Most being kids, a few being my age. And I would always freak out when the kids were holding the buns, because they would always hold them wrong. By wrong I mean upside down like a baby, or far from their bodies, or even almost dropping them. A few dropped them. And when I first came to the camp, one of the adults had babies a few months before summer. There were a few I liked, but any of them stuck out like a sore thumb, and I figured I might as well give the bunny a neutral name since I had no idea its gender. Toast, that's what name I had called it. I told everyone in both camps that I call that one Toast, and that Toast was my favorite bunny, and a few kids started trying to get him more frequently. And by kids I mean the worst ones. A kid in my group, who I'll call Stup short for stupid, picked up Toast and held him upside down. I saw it and tried explaining how to hold a bunny properly, but he had not listened. Thank goodness. Toast had scratched his way out, or else I would have bawled my eyes. A lot of tears did come down, and my counselor noticed. Everyone else was already leaving. She asked what's wrong, and I explained. She said she would keep her eye on him and any other kids who held Toast. Changing the subject, my mum and me really like bunnies and have been wanting one. I made jokes about getting Oni and she kept saying no. Until Oni Day she joked back and said, "Oh my god, yes." That's when I just started researching. I research every day, and my mum and I saw on the farm's Insta that they were up for adoption. We already knew they were gonna be up for adoption since I'd been there last year, and we had already got all the stuff. Scared that someone else would take Toast, my mum emailed and said, "Can we get him on Friday?" It was Wednesday night. The only thing we didn't have was the carrier, hay and the fence. So on Thursday we went to multiple stores to get the perfect supplies. Then it was time to get Toast, and we didn't even have the stuff ready. It was in the car still. We just decided to go get him right there. When I picked the bunny up they told us she was a girl. And when we drove home, my mum and I set it up. It was loud and we have cats, so I put her in a room with water, lettuce and toes, and I shut the doors so the cats couldn't get to her. It took us about an hour to set up, which I felt bad for her for waiting. But I checked up on her from time to time, and when I put her in her new home, she peed. But it's fine, we cleaned it up. And on the first day she settled in. The end.